Hello, and welcome to James, the Lesser Express Lane, where we get you in and out as fast as possible, bringing you the best games that I played in 2023 to two categories. First, the games that I played in 2023 but didn't come out in 2023, followed by all the games that came out in 2023. Now, normally, I don't play a lot of games the year they come out. I'm usually 2, 3, 4 years behind because, like, hey, it's $9.99 now. Do I spend $70 when it comes out? Wait 2 years and spend $10 for it. Just saying. This year, I actually played a lot of games that came out in this year. So, let's start off with the very first one being from not 2023. Fuck! Returnal. It wasn't a bad game, it's just I don't have the reflexes for it anymore. Kind of like Sekiro. Sekiro, fantastic game. Shot the game because I hated it. Returnal? The parts I was able to play were fantastic. I just don't have the reflexes for it anymore. Being a very interesting style of you live, you die, you live again. Trying to figure out the mystery of what's going on. Find a house that turns out to be your house. You see you in the distance. That's actually maybe not you, but is you, but isn't you. And I guess not really a spoiler because it's been out for a while. But you actually escape the planet. You go home. You have family. You live long. And then you die of old age. Back to the planet. Like, holy shit, what the... Ah. And with every time the world being generated on its own. So it's not like, alright, I go here, 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 do this, do that, then hit the boss. It's, alright, well, this time I was able to get these great guns, great upgrades, attack the boss, lose. Next time, well, I couldn't make past the first room because they gave me the worst gun in the game. Then they gave me the most powerful monsters, not the boss, in the first room. The fact that it is so random is what annoyed me the most because I had some great runs. I'd be going for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Be conquering worlds. Or stages, whatever you want to call it. And then you die. That's alright, well, restart and dead in the first room because they gave you the weakest gun in the game and brought out the most powerful monsters. Still worth getting. I got it on PlayStation Plus Extra, so if I had paid for it, would I be more mad about it? Probably, but I didn't pay for it, so what you gonna do? Next. My girlfriend and I were just on a paddle boat on the water enjoying it. All of a sudden, the shark jumped out of the water and ate her. Right. Anyways, we're gonna come down to the station. Man-eater. This was a lot different from most games because you play as a shark, get bigger and stronger, you eat fishes, turtles, other random stuff in the water, collecting proteins and enzymes so you can upgrade different skills, upgrade your health, whatever. The whole time, humans hunt you. It's just so different. I try to think of another game to compare it to. I just really can't think of another game to compare it to. Because it's just that different. And so good. If you have the chance, get it. I'm telling you. Fuck. Why don't I go too far, thing? I'm gonna just drop down there.
Contrite and humiliated be the heart.
That's right. Blasphemous. This was a game the fans voted for, so All right, let's check it out. Old style Castlevania game. Cool skills, cool weapons, cool bosses. Storyline's pretty good. It's just, holy fuck, is this game hard? And it's like, oh hey, upgrade your potion here. Okay, great. By the way, you lose a potion. What do you mean? I only had 2 potions. You took one of them. Thought you were taking to upgrade it. Yeah, we did. The other one. Shit. At that point on, I said, this game's kicking my ass. I am not good enough to play this game. So, I went and got Wii mod loaded up and did the unlimited potions. It was the only one that I used because it's the only one that I needed. There's so much in this game where it is so good. I wanted to keep playing it. I wanted to see the end. This game hard. But it is so good and so worth playing. Get it on PC, so if you need to, you can Wii mod it, do that. Or if it's on sale on a console, get it. But man, I could not imagine paying full price and then getting stuck because you have no fucking potions. This game's really good, so I highly recommend it. Nah, we would make the car explosion do more damage as well. Trim the armor off. Yeah, it's even more damage. Next. XCOM 2. I liked the first one. I liked the second one. The second one is as good as the first one. I was able to play and beat the first one on normal difficulty. I tried playing this normal difficulty. Made it to like the third mission, and then I just couldn't get past the third mission because miss, dead. Alright, well, let's retry it. Miss, dead. So, well, you gotta get up here, do this so you get advantages. Oh, I got a 94% chance to hit. Still fucking miss. Dead. I had to drop it to easy difficulty just so I could get through the game. Which is unfortunate that going from easy to normal is just a huge difference. Now, yes, the RNG is part of the fun. The RNG of you have 94% chance to hit, miss. You have a 27% chance to hit, you're critical, and you wipe that guy off the face of the earth. Great. But it does get very annoying when your gun is inside the monster. You're literally right in front of it. Your gun is inside the monster. You have a 99% chance to hit, and you miss. While at the same time, this monster's on the other side of the map, lower than you, so they have disadvantage, and they blow you off the face of the earth. Like, come on, guys, really? It's very annoying at times. Now, next is not just one game, but an entire studio. Supermassive Games. I played The Quarry, loved it. Played House of Ashes. It was probably the weakest out of the ones I played this year from Supermassive Games, but it was still a 7 out of 10. It was still pretty good. Little Nightmares and 1 and 2 are on my wish list, so eventually I'll get those, hopefully. Little Hope was my... Oh, actually... The Quarry is my favorite from the ones I played in 2023. Followed by Man Medan. The atmosphere of the ship is just fantastic. The storyline is really good. But yeah, just... The atmosphere on that ship is just fantastic. Just so good. And then Little Hope. Great story, great characters. God, it was so good. I'm glad I played it multiple times to get different endings. Just so many good stories. And yeah, they're walking simulators for the most part, but they tell good stories. Are you going to say Avengers Infinity Wars is bad because it's a story? No. It's a great story. So are these games, for the most part. Ah. This is a game that was one of the reasons why I wanted a PS5, and that is Demon's Souls. Played the first one, or the first version of it, whatever, on PS3. It kicked my ass. That's what made me fall in love with these kind of games. Without this game, wouldn't have played Bloodborne. Would have been interested in Dark Souls. But because of this game and how fucking good it was, I wanted to play those. And so, obviously, the PS5 remake, I definitely wanted to play this. Played it, loved it, so fucking good. If you've never played the original or this, you've got to try it, especially if you like the Bloodborne, Dark Souls style games, because same company and just so fucking good. Man, I'm so glad I got a PS5 finally, just so I could play you. I know a lot of people say, oh, PS5 doesn't have games. Like, it does have some games. Those very, very few games. So fucking worth it. Like this. Or the PS5 version of Ghost of Tsushima, which is also fantastic. Another reason why I wanted a PS5 was very specifically for that game. Anyways, next. Now, a game that has great story and everything else, Ghost of Tsushima. I waited until I had a PS5 to play this game, and I'm glad I did because, oh shit, does it look so good on PS5. Fantastic game, fantastic gameplay, story, voice acting, just everything is so fucking good about it. If you haven't played it, get it. It is amazing. Far better than God of War Ragnarok, like those don't even come close to what this game is. But, number one, for a game that I played this year that did not come out this year, there we go, Hollow Knight. This style game is just fantastic. And yes, frustrating at times. The Radiance. But it's amazing, like, I struggled so hard with the Radiance. And then there was a guy who did a no-hit run. Then there's another guy who did a no-hitting the enemy run. Like, how do you get through this game without actually hitting an enemy? There's certain skills and power-ups you get, like a shield that floats around you and little minion dudes. He beat the entire game with those, including the Radiance. He never swung his weapon. He never had to. He went through the entire game using just the shield and like the little critter things that attack stuff for you and beat the game, including the Radiance. Fantastic game. Different ways you can play it. Good story. Good characters. Highly suggest it. And they're eventually coming out with a sequel called Silksong someday, far in the future. Now, for games that came out this year, I'm going to start off with Walker. Ah, deflected that time, bitch. Strayed Lights. Thankfully, I got the game for free, or I would have been pissed. No direction. The tutorial is weird because it's like, alright, move forward. Press X. And then, okay, figure out the rest of the game on your own. Like, how are you going to tell me the most basic of shit to do? And then stuff like, oh, hey, this is very unique to our game. Something you probably haven't seen in other games, but I'm not going to tell you how to do it. How are you going to tell me how to move the camera and how to move the character? Something you do in every game ever. But then not tell me something that's basic about your game. That's your game mechanic that you don't see in other games. And then the game crashed at the end of this. At final boss, game crashes twice. I said, nope, I'm done. Fuck you. I don't know if I'd pay for it. It was okay, but it was nothing to write home about. Why it's last on this list for games I played in 2023. Next. Are you taking lung damage or anything? Why would you walk right in front of me, jackass? Starfield. Was not a bad game. Wasn't a great game. Something that should have been an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, even possibly a 10 out of 10 was a meh out of 10. I don't even think I'd give it a 7 out of 10 at this point. Probably be a 6 out of 10. If you like Fallout, if you like Skyrim, you want to play those in outer space, get the game. It is playable. It's not a bad game. It's not a 4 out of 10 or 3 out of 10. But it's not. It's just missing something. Now, realistically, I get why majority of planets and moons have nothing on them. That makes sense. That majority of planets and moons have nothing on them. I mean, come on, we've only found one planet in entire existence of humanity that has life on it, ours. So it does make sense. But then other parts, just, what the why? How? This is fucking stupid. Although I do love, I think my favorite part of this entire game was generational ship showed up. What's that, you say? One way of exploring the stars for humanity is to be like, alright, I'm going to launch this ship. I'm never going to see another planet again. My kids aren't going to. My grandkids aren't going to see a planet. Oh, my great-grandkids probably won't see a planet. But you know what? Moving at 10% of the speed of light, my great-great-grandkids will get to that planet that, using satellites or telescopes, whatever, we've discovered has life on it. It can sustain human life. So we know if we send human life to that planet, or moon, whatever, it can sustain life. I'm not going to make it. My kids ain't going to make it. My grandkids ain't going to make it. My great-grandkids probably not going to see that planet. Unless they live to be 110. But you know what? My great-great-grandkids will probably see it. And so, you find one in the game. They make it to a planet. It's like, what the fuck is going on? No one can communicate with the ship because the ship was a generational ship. It wasn't supposed to communicate with anyone. It's just supposed to go out. No, 250, 300 years later, get to this planet. After many generations, live and die on the ship. So first, you gotta figure out how to communicate with them. Once you do, you gotta explain to them, like, yeah, like, 100 years after you guys left, we found faster than light travel. So the planet you're going to has already been occupied. It's already claimed. Like, you can't go there anymore because it's already occupied. Or you can go there, but you're going to be indentured servants. Fancy word for slaves. Thankfully, I chose the option of, alright, we'll get you a gravity drive onto your ship, so your ship can go somewhere else and hopefully find a planet that's habitable and yet not occupied. Like, that part of my mind's like, alright, that's a very good point. What if you sent out a generational ship like that, and then 100 years later, oh, wait, we finally discovered faster than light travel. And the ship doesn't have, like, communication because it's not meant to communicate with anyone. It's meant to just go from point A to point B in 250 years at 10% the speed of light. So it's not like, oh, hey, we caught up to him and told him, like, hey, guess what? We got faster than light travel now, so your ship's kind of pointless now. There's no way to communicate with them. It was just sad that that was the best part of that game, in my opinion, was that moment of, huh, that's really interesting. But the rest of the game has stuff that was that interesting, in my opinion. Would have been a better game, but overall, meh out of 10. 6 out of 10, you could maybe, if you're really hardcore into Bethesda games, push it to 7 out of 10, but it just wasn't that good, unfortunately. Could have been way better. Although I think part of the issue was like, hey, we started this game 10 years ago on this engine. That engine was out of date at the time we started using it 10 years ago, so it's even more out of date. Next. Need to get you. Oxygen. City builder game. Takes place in the future where volcanic activity pushed all kinds of toxins to the air. Humanity is struggling to survive. You have to have your oxygen generator, and you need to power that. They need to get food, water, go out and explore the area to get minerals and metals and stone and everything else you need. Send exploration teams out, and sometimes they find trees so you can plant them, produce more oxygen. This is a really, really good little city builder with a different mechanic than you see for most city builders. I liked it. I've played it on and off on my own time, not just on stream, because unlike some people, DSP actually like video games. So I actually liked playing this game. Glad I got it. Glad I played it. Guys, check it out on Steam. You'll probably enjoy it too if you like these kind of games. Next. Oh, come on. Get up, get up, get up. Ooh, now we get a techno remix version. Nice. Atomic Heart. DSP hated this game because of the fridge. A lot of people didn't like the fridge. I thought the fridge was hilarious. Oh yeah, baby, reach deep inside of me. It's like, alright, get the material made, you pull the bullets out, whatever. It was funny, in my opinion. Story, very weird. Visuals, fantastic. Audio, fantastic. Boss fights, dang good. Characters, amazing. Overall, this was probably my favorite first-person shooter I played of the year. No. Because I really did like RoboCop. I mean, there's a reason why I put RoboCop ahead of this game, though, but this game is just fantastic. All right, this is my favorite first-person shooter that's not based off a movie. There, we'll go with that. If you have Game Pass, it's on there. Get it, play it. Hopefully you like it as much as I did. Easily an 8 out of 10. Especially with the visuals and the audio, just fantastic. Next. Debatable. I mean, he was successful up to the point he lacked an offering. Says here the demons don't think much of humans. That's good, we'll have something in common then. Yeah, so they're only willing to do business as long as it's quick and easy for them. Think you wanted to ask one of to get us out of here? Well, I want to get out of here the same way the cultists did. I do think this is our best bet for now. The Coffin of Andy and Lele. I do like visual novel stories. This one had an interesting one. First time I played it, I got a regular ending. But then it's like, no, you gotta go back and get the second ending. Alright, go back to this point, start from there, and... yeah. A lot of people are upset about this game because of that second ending that you can only get if you make the choices to get it. And it doesn't even happen. It's a dream world that it happens in, or it's a future prediction that might happen, may not happen. I don't get why people were so mad about this. It's something stupid and silly. And only get the controversial ending if you actually go for it. So, calm your tits, people. It's a good game. Check it out. Next. There we go. This being out of a top 5, 2023 is insane. But so many great games came out. This game falls in at number 6 for me. Final Fantasy 16. I never played 15. 14's online. Fuck that noise. 13 was only good. 12, great. 11, online. Don't touch that. 10, great. 9, great. 8. I liked 8. I know a lot of people didn't like 8, but I liked 8. 7, great. 6, great. 5, like, to only be considered good, and like, oh, this game is only good. Like, what do you mean it's only good? It's only a 7 out of 10. All the other games are 9 to 10 out of 10s. There's a lot of shit games out there. There's a lot of games like you'd have to be very favorable towards it to make it a 7 out of 10, like Starfield. This game, oh, it's a hard 7, maybe a soft 8. The storyline, very Final Fantasy. Characters, very Final Fantasy. Mechanics, Final Fantasy. If you like Final Fantasy games, this is a Final Fantasy game. I like those kind of games, so I really liked this game. It's just, it's only good though. When you go from holy shit, like on PlayStation 1, top 3 game, Final Fantasy, PlayStation 2, top 3 game, Final Fantasy, PlayStation 3, top 10, like when you're used to being like, oh hey, if you're gonna be in the top 3 of this generational console, is gonna be one of your games on it. Final Fantasy this thing doesn't fall into that. Unfortunately for them. Still good, but wait for it to go on sale, which it probably is by now. Next.
Away. Do you wish to die?
Wolong Fallen Dynasty. The Dynasty Warrior games, great. Games that are based off of Bloodborne, Dark Souls, whatever, great. Mix the two, you get great. That fucking Lobo fight was bullshit. Yeah. First time you fight Lobo is just mind infuriating, just But you want to beat it. You want to keep going. You want to keep playing. You want to see what happens next. You want to get the next upgrade. You want to get the next skill. You want to get the next. It's definitely a game where you could sit down and just play for hours. Which I did multiple times. Very good. You guys have the chance. Check it out. Next.
All right.
I was thinking, don't put this in there because it's a remake, but let's see, I've played 1 and 2 because a friend let me borrow them. Couldn't beat 1 without his help. Never played 3 or 4. Played 5 with a friend because I had co-op. He loves Resident Evil games. And then, yeah, that was it. So, this was my first time playing Resident Evil 4 as a remake. So, let's do something funny. Put in at number 4. Resident Evil 4 remake. As someone who does not like the Resident Evil games, this game was so fucking good. I'm guessing, like, with the originals, it's like, hey, here's how much power we have. Here's how much we can fit on a CD. Well, we can only do so much with that. Hey, now that it's no Blu-ray and downloadable, hey, the game as big as you want. Consoles and PCs as powerful as you want. Let's have at it. Let's go nuts. Let's make a great fucking game. And they did here. If you're not a big fan of Resident Evil, check it out. I'm not a big fan of Resident Evil. I really, really like this game. Next. Liza P. Almost made this number 2 because I love this game, but just maybe because it's a Soulsborne style game. It's like I played a lot of those, and there's better Soulsborne style games out there. But man, this game is just so fucking good. Mechanics, I mean, having the mechanics be out there in video game world for 15 years now, 20 years. Gives you a chance to perfect them, and they did. Visuals, fan-fucking-tastic. Audio, fan-fucking-tastic. Characters, amazing. Storyline, pretty good. 2023 has just been the year of the games. There's a bunch of games out there like Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. I never played that. Would beat this game easily. but never played that one. So this one falls in number 3, while Tears of the Kingdom doesn't make it on my list because didn't play it. Next.
Why the fuck are you dying?
Number 2, RoboCop. This could have been, back in the day, when you had games based off of movies and stuff like that, they usually weren't very good. They were pretty fucking trash. This game is not trash. There are some weird moments where it's like, oh, hey, go out and get 5 tickets. Or, well, you get a parking ticket because you parked in front of a fire hydrant. You're trespassing in this fountain. You're spray painting on a wall. There's stuff like that. But then you get the fights, the battles, the shoot them in the dick, which is a very plausible gameplay mechanic in this. Shoot them in the head, they drop dead. Oh no, they have armor on their head. Shoot them in the dick, they drop dead. Funny. And they give you a trophy for it. And the way you're able to customize your main gun, I thought was really cool. You can customize RoboCop with different upgrades, customize your gun with different upgrades, pick up other guns. It is just a very good, well thought out story, in my opinion. Good characters, good graphics, good audio. Just, I was not expecting to like this game as much as I did, which is why I put it at number 2 over Lies of P, because I knew going in I was going to like Lies of P. Especially after playing a demo. I knew Lies of P was going to be a good game. RoboCop, I did a fan poll. XCOM 2, RoboCop. RoboCop 1, it's like, alright, I guess I gotta buy it. Bought it, played it, loved it. Glad it won the poll. Now, number 1, come on. Is there any other question about this?
What in the sweet hells were you thinking? Activating that lance? I was right there! Gods! Do you have any idea how much that hurt? Well, apparently there's a limit. Somewhere between a nice summer's day and the full concentrated power of the sun! And I think I was safer with the mind flayers. Excuse me? That was the least you could do after dropping a building on me. Next time. No, no, no. If there is a next time, I'll be the one aiming the all-powerful weapon. Thank you. Although, I do appreciate you trying to fix your mistake. Just don't do it again. Now, shall we go? Or do you have any other chaos you need to unleash here? Gladly.
Baldur's Gate 3. I am still playing this. In fact, once I get done editing this and uploading and all that, guess what? I'm gonna be playing more Baldur's Gate 3. I have started multiple tabs, and then actually my latest one actually got around to getting Karlach. This is the first time I've had Karlach in my group, and oh my gosh, she is fantastic. It also gave me Tiefling Will. Because the first time I played through, I never had Karlach in the group. I didn't find her till like hours after I did the stuff in the Grove and she wouldn't join me. So I killed her. Will joins later and alright, cool. And my latest playthrough where I've actually not stopped at getting to the Grove, actually kept playing, I got Karlach in the group. And I got Will. And then Will's apparently supposed to kill Karlach. He doesn't. So he gets turned into a Tiefling. Like, holy shit, like, I had played this game multiple times, and on my latest playthrough, Bazel got killed on the ship. I got Shadowheart to the controls to do whatever with the controls. But because Bazel was killed, she was not in the cage. I found her body on the beach. Thankfully, I have a scroll of resurrection, so I was able to resurrect her. That means I had her right off the bat. So I had her, then I get Shadowheart when you come across those brains first, when normally it's only you and Shadowheart. It's like, I've started the game 1, 2, 3. So 6 times. I'm on my 6th run. This is the first time that Bazel died on the ship. So this is the first time I found out, like, Hey, if Bazel dies on the ship, she lands on the beach in front of you. You don't have to wait to find her in the cage and talk to people to going away or whatever. You just find her there and then resurrect her. Like, holy shit. Still finding new things. Now that I got Karlach in the group, I'm going to try to get Mithara in the group because they patched it so you don't have to kill everyone in the grove. If I can get Karlach and Mithara in my group, it's going to be a completely different game because I've never had in my group before. I'm going to have new dialogue, new quests, new everything. It's going to be awesome. So, what about you guys? What games have you played that you would put in the top 10? Whether you played it this year or it came out another year but you played it this year, what would you be putting in for 2023? God, I played a lot of fun games, and this doesn't include Diablo 2 Resurrected, which I've been playing since it came out, along with regular Diablo 2, which I've been playing since it came out, or there's some Pokemon on my Game Boy. Sorry, my Game Boy Color. The old Great Brick one doesn't work anymore, sad face, so I had to go to Allied and get some Game Boy Colors. And I've played some more There Are Billions. There's a couple other games I've played, but not on stream or for YouTube, whatever, just here and there. Like, again, Diablo 2 Resurrected. I love that I love video games, unlike some people who hate video games but do it because it's the only thing he has in his life to do. Thank you guys for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have one hell of a day.